Obviously, tough loss against Texas Women's, but what did you learn from your team against the Women's?
Well, I think it just came down to a couple mistakes. I mean, I thought our passing was not maybe as sharp as it could have been in that second half. I think that kind of let us down to create some quality chances. And then I think our concentration fell off. You know, sometimes you play 2 games in a weekend, and sometimes that second game is a little bit of a challenge. And some of our players that have been playing a lot of minutes maybe could have used a break. And so maybe it was a mental thing, maybe it was a physical thing. But we'll work on correcting that. Try and get some other players. We've been trying to solidify our defending, and unfortunately we just made a couple mistakes that we couldn't recover from yesterday.
Coach, aside from that, especially in the first half, it did seem like your defense was really, answered the call, each and every time. So, just how much have you seen them grow, and, what do you think they need to go to get to that next level?
I think it is, as a group, they're doing much better. Our team as a whole, and even the back line, they've gotten better. I think that individually we see improvements, and I think that yesterday we just got isolated a couple times and made some decisions that were a little bit uncharacteristic for what we had been doing in the last week and a half. And like I said, maybe that's from fitness, maybe it's just lack of focus. Yesterday was senior day, it's homecoming, all that kind of stuff, and maybe they're just a little bit, I hate to say, maybe arrogant about the win that we had Friday night, and so sometimes that can happen though, where you start to feel like, hey, I'm pretty good, I'm doing pretty good, and you take a mental break, and then all of a sudden you're down 1-0, and then it gets late in the game and you got to gamble, and then we give up the second goal. So hopefully we'll learn from that for the postseason play and be able to bounce back.
Now, Coach, you have 4 matches left in the regular season. Just talk about what do you want to see from your team in this time before we get to that point where you guys are going to the tournament.
A few things. One is have to be able to win on the road. We're going to, unless WT loses some game unexpectedly, then if we beat them, then we would be able to still win the conference tournament. But if they win out, except for us even, they would host. So a couple of things. One is I want to see us be able to win on the road, because that's going to have to happen in postseason. And the second part is getting used to playing on artificial turf. 3 of our 4 remaining home games, or three of our 4 remaining away games are all on artificial surface. So I think it actually may end up accidentally preparing us better for the postseason. So, and then again, just kind of making sure that we understand that we've had some good results, but again, we're getting to the point where when you lose, your season's over pretty soon. So we've got to get used to playing to win in every game and bring our heart to those games.
Coach, with UTPB on Wednesday, the game in the middle of the week, on the road, I mean, what do you think it's going to take for you all to, come out of that one with the W?
Our mentality, 100%, our mentality is going to rule that. It's going to be cold. We're going to be playing on an artificial surface. It's midweek, so we drive down, come back. Your focus is not thinking about that the whole day when you just take a quick trip up there. And UTPB is playing their final home game. So all those things are working against us, and we need to make sure that we're mentally prepared and that we follow through with that, with the game plan, and get the win there.